What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're jumping in with some Black Desert Online content. Specifically, we're going to be going over the patch notes for the February 28th update and taking a look at some of the events and some of the Pro Shop updates and changes. So let's jump right into the patch notes. Now, there's a lot of things going on inside Black Desert Online. The ones of interest are going to come a little bit later for me, but if you are a PvP player, I love the fact that they are still making big adjustments. So you can view this as almost like an ongoing beta with the War of the Roses and the guild leagues. Some of the Sanctum passives have been updated and changed. They seem to be reflective of each individual week and how those things are improving. I think, you know, if you're a PvP player, I'm very ecstatic for them that they're doing this. They're bringing a balanced approach to PvE and PvP, and I think ultimately what will bring in some more players to the game is the PvP aspects. It seems to be with games like Throne and Liberty, there are a lot of people clamoring for those type of activities inside the games, so that way they can at least feel like there's some competitive drive. It keeps the game fresh, keeps the game new outside of just the PvE systems. But let's continue taking a look. The guild league score groups have also changed, so you can see the adjusted scores in here by about 200 points. So those should be interesting. We haven't participated in my guild inside the guild league really, so just not our thing, I guess. You know, we're more PvE focused, and I've been happy with that over the 8 years of Black Desert Online, so I'm not really complaining. But if you are, you probably want to jump in on one of these. Now, of interest on the PvE side specifically is the item reduction changes and improvements that they continue to make. Specifically here, you can see the guaranteed pin V boss gear reform simplification of the boss materials. So instead of having latent auras of each boss, you'll now just have latent boss aura. And then instead of concentrated crystals of each boss, you'll just have the concentrated boss crystal. And then the concentrated auras of each boss will just be a contained boss aura. So essentially inside your inventory, this is how they were and this is how they will look now. We can take a quick look at that inside of my inventory, because I keep these all inside storage over here inside was I keeping it? I thought I was keeping it inside Velia. I thought I was. I thought I kept them in Velia. Did I move them? I might have moved them, and I should have known before I did this video where they were. Now I'm not seeing them, and I'm probably not seeing them inside my inventory, specifically because they have been reduced. I guess the easiest way to do is just a search, and we can look at it here. And so you can see here inside of Heidel, that's where I have them all stored. Okay, so inside of Heidel, you can see here, for instance, the concentrated boss crystals are sitting in here, and they've just basically been reduced. So here goes my concentrated boss crystals. Here go my latent boss auras. They've all, and then my contained boss auras, they've all just been seemingly reduced down in size, which isn't a bad thing at all. I like this aspect very, very much. Even more interesting, however, is the changes that they've made to some of the reform stones and simplifying them. To be honest with you, it got ridiculous in my opinion with some of these boss reform stones. I'm not exactly sure why they had to do them. I didn't have a whole lot of these, so I can't really show you that in-game process inside there. We did have some mount changes inside here, Imperial Steed breeding chances and stuff like that inside there, and the Noble Stature chest. And then I think the biggest piece that a lot of people are going to be interested to see is the auto move to all storages. So essentially with this feature, anything that's inside your inventory at writ large, when it's open, you'll have it so that way it can auto move. And basically it looks like the way it's going to be scripted is I collect items, and then wherever I've placed them inside of my storage, the same way you just saw me like search on that function to see the concentrated crystals, the auto move function basically knows where those items are in your inventory, and so it auto moves those to their proper places, so that way you don't have to do them. I don't have anything in my inventory to show this with, but I spend a lot of time basically like when you open up gifts and things like that, and you get like some of the you know the scrolls and things like that, and you spend all of that time doing these. My only interest in this one is going to be to test out whether or not I have to do something on the central market, for instance, like will it auto move as well to the central market? I don't think it will, so we'll have to see. And then you can see the storage history here where the items are basically added into them. So it's a really good thing overall that they've added inside here. The rest of this, not a whole lot inside the patch updates outside of that, but small patch, but big things inside of the game overall. Notice that the Guild League was unavailable for February 28th while they did some issues, so the Guild League apply system has been turned off for that. It should be available now again as well. So let's go back inside here. The Guild Fair is basically up, so if you're looking for a guild, you know, find a chance to join your journey. Basically, anybody who wants to join, you can join those inside. There's a really good event basically to get players in guild, especially where they basically are trying to you know, strengthen the guild system inside the game by getting players. If you're not part of a guild, you really need to join there. And even here you can see that they've added the guild missions. So like if you haven't participated in guild missions, always a good idea to participate inside guild missions. Is how your guild knows that you're active. You can get funds and guild payouts and contracts basically from them. So definitely want to be doing those. And you can see here like the guild mission rewards are basically set inside there, so definitely take the time if you're playing Black Desert to join a guild. Something of interest really well, especially if you're new to the game and you have like 1 or 2 classes that you want to play. They basically added the ability for you to copy your item with just 1 Marnie's fuel inside the game. So essentially try out any of your main character's gear on a different class, and basically that class will gain the gear, a copy of the gear inside the system. So it works really well. For instance, I like playing the Striker and I love playing my Hashashin. So my Hashashin is where I gear up all my items, and then the Striker is basically where I keep copies of my gear onto my Striker. And this works for everything I think except for like your toolboxes and stuff like that or whatever. But it's a really great way for you to basically play 1 or 2 classes. I don't have the brain span to basically manage 4 or 5 classes inside the game, so I just manage the ones that are of interest to me, and that's really just the Striker and the Hashashin, and then my Musa for whom I use mostly for fishing, which is sad because I really do want to get back into playing him. There's also an event running from February 28th to March 13th here, you can see, where it's basically framing your shots. So basically just go take some photo shots, Nelvel your Grania, and you can have those photoed with the background, so you can see it right there. These are the spots and locations for them. A really nice little community art event basically for those, and you can see they're going to basically give items away for first, second, and third place. Some of these are really cute. I think they should just, you know, I wonder if these are going to be in the Black Desert store, like the calendars, especially these little plushies for Papua and Creole chains and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And then all participants receive blessings of the old moon pack 3 days, a celebratory accessory selection box, and a 6 Papu together emojis, which are permanent. I remember when I got my Black Desert emojis and I thought they were permanent. Not so much. It was really sad. Anyways, moving right along, the 8th anniversary event heat up time is still continuing from February 28th to March 6th. So during this period, you're going to be able to receive an 800% combat XP and a 400% skill XP buff with the life XP excluding trading. Now, don't forget that there's also another event going on inside the game. I can't remember what the dates for this event. I didn't do this in my last week's, but you got the Seal of Sincerity collection. So once per family, you can collect these events inside of here, so they're really good. I like the events overall when we can just basically fish or collect stuff and basically still get nice rewards. And you can see here you can turn them in for like mythical feathers, some extra mount XP scrolls, you know, glorious storage boxes, things like that. Even a made for hire box. I've got quite a few maids. They seem to be enough for what I'm doing. Trying to get to some even numbers, but yeah, so maids are pretty important in terms of overall like being able to move items around, from especially if you're out in the world farming and doing things like that. So really good. Now what I want to take a look at is the Pearl Shop. So let's take a look inside the Pearl Shop and see some of the new things that they've got inside the Pearl Shop for you to enjoy, whether they are buys or skips. So let's take a look at the new hotness that they've got inside here. So you can see they've got the Supreme Advanced Pack for 15,190 crystals, or pearls rather, inside here. And basically, I think a lot of players will view these things essentially almost as like pay to win, because you're just basically buying costumes that essentially most players either already have those, or they just help you to basically put those on a central market and get ahead in silver. I don't really see them as like that much of pay to win, because I don't really see the silver reflective of it. Like, you know, put that on the marketplace and it's a cap silver. So we've got the golden hedgehog sitting inside there. I like pets, but golden hedgehog ain't my thing necessarily. But if you're needing the life XP boost from the hedgehog, then by all means jump in and get those. So let's take a look at some of the hotness inside of here. Starting off with the hot, you've got the 8th anniversary 2-for-2 pack for 8,000 A-coin or $80 USD. You can basically top off on your game. So basically it's like a 1-for-1 pack inside here. If you notice, you can do it one per family, but what you're getting is 4,000. So for 8,000, which 8,000 A-coin or $80, you're going to get your 80, but then you're going to top that off with an additional 80. So basically you're getting $160 worth of pearls for essentially 8,000. I like when they introduce these packs simply because you're getting something of value. So like I'm doubling up my value. Even if you watch me play other games, you know I always try to give a dollar to dollar value to basically say, hey, these are worth. They normally do these on routine basis, and these are good packs. Now, don't get tricked by the 8th anniversary one right here, which is available 8 times for family, but you're essentially buying 800 for 800 A coins or $8. You're essentially getting 800 pearls, right? So it's just 800 pearls, but you can purchase that 8 times and you'll get those, but that's a 1-for-1 value, and then you're just getting the cron stones and the artisan's memory. So like it's hard to suggest this one because there's no innate value in this one, but I would highly suggest a 2-for-2, especially if you need some pearls for purchases in the game. Then we've got the 8th anniversary Eternal Gratitude Pack ×1. If you are a person who levels up your own gear or you don't grind for it the way I do, then this could be a purchase of worth to you, but I'd rather just get the cron stones and things like that in game. You get the Eternal Gratitude Pack #2, where you're basically allowed to purchase 8 of the storage or transaction made fairies. So if you need these, I think this is actually a good price because they're discounted. So basically a little bit over like, I guess close to 50% off. It says right here, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. 50% off basically for these. They commonly do these and you get 1-for-1s inside of here, but this is a really good deal in my opinion, especially if you need them. At the place where I am, I don't really feel like I need any more made fairies. So I probably won't purchase them. I do need probably like 3 more of them to just even out the numbers, help my OCD. And then you can see here inside the Eternal Gratitude Pack #3 for basically essentially half off in here, you can also purchase more costumes. And like I said to you, you're getting these costumes, and essentially what the costumes help you do is you basically put them on the marketplace and it helps you get more silver. So like if I was to go to the central market and I was going to go look for costumes, for instance, or I want to purchase or sell costumes inside of here, excuse me, I'm having such a hard time with my voice and breathing. So like if I was to go in here and I was to look for specific costume sets, I can't spell today, unfortunately. So did I spell wrong? There we go. So if I was to look at it and I was to say, hey, well, this is what the costume set is, you can see they're sitting on the marketplace, and it's a way for you to essentially earn silver. Is it like the greatest way for you to earn silver? I doubt it, but it's a way for you to earn some silver really quickly. 825 million silver. It's not a bad investment. You're getting close to $1 billion inside of here, but I don't know. To me, it's just not worth it to basically do it. It is a pay-to-win function inside the game. I just choose rather not to engage in that pay-to-win type function. It's never been something that's been of interest to me, so I just kind of avoid those. Then you can see they have the 8th anniversary value packs inside here. So you basically get a 50-day value pack inside here plus another 30 for a total of like 80 days. I don't really find these of value. If you were with me when I started redoing Black Desert content, they routinely will offer these 180-day value packs. And those to me, along with the Blessings of Kalma Sylvia and the Secret Book of the Old Moon, are far better investments in the money, because then you can purchase those. Like for instance, here you can see my Blessing of Kalma Sylvia will basically run for the year. Same thing for my value pack, almost a year and a half. And then even my Secret Book of the Old Moon is another year basically in the queue. So I think those are better investments for when you see those, when they're like the 180 days versus, you know, these little ones. They're not bad if you need them in a cinch, but I would stick away from them basically. And then you can see they had a whole bunch of leap year cells. These are really interesting, right? Because you got the pure scrolls of equilibrium inside the game. Inside of here, I think the most interesting one is probably the Kragdalos feathers leap year inside here. So basically for three per family, you can basically purchase the Kragdalos feather of speed, acceleration, turn, and break. And what these are going to do is basically add these to your stats. So it is a bit of pay to win function inside the game, or if it's just because like if you're not racing, it's not a racing horse, you can apply these to, but for your normal mythical horses, I'm going to assume you would use these for like your tier 10 horses, then you can basically use these to improve the performance of your mythical horses. I wouldn't use these on any normal T8 horses or anything like that. Yeah, so I would use these, but you notice that also it says in here the effects of these feathers are removed if you are trying to exchange these, or they cannot be registered on the central market. But I think these are pretty good overall if you were looking for those improvements, like basically essentially being able to purchase 3 of those, you're going to basically get 3% on your horses for each of those stats inside of it. So it could be a good thing, you know what I mean? Can't complain about it overall. Then you get Orzekel's horse gear inside of here. Not one of my favorite horse gears inside here. It doesn't look bad, especially with the ornate skull over here, but the rest of it just kind of like I don't know, doesn't really hit for me, so it's not a really big horse gear. They got the 229 pack inside of here basically, so you can gain some items for leveling. I don't really do any leveling my gear, I'd rather just grind for them. But then we come down here to the leap year bundle pack, which you can see you get a dazzling golden box, which you have the ability to choose a premium outfit box, rare cronstone bundles, or choose a premium outfit box times 10. So basically you're rolling with the chance to get these items. I wouldn't say invest in these. I think I watched a streamer one time purchase these boxes over and over and try to get some of the premium outfit box times 10s, because obviously that's what this is going to help you do, right? Is if I get 3,790 of these, then I can basically get the cronstones from these, or which is what you're going to end up with, or I'm just going to really hoping to get that premium outfit box, and then I can just sell those, right? You know what I mean? Not my thing. It's just not my thing. So I wouldn't say do those. But then we do have the leap year pack inside of here for silver. So if you're don't forget to go in here and grab this, because you have the chance of getting all these items, cronstones, Vox cries, enhancement kits. These are really good, especially for 2.2 million silver. Definitely worth the purchase overall, right? Now we got the leap year snow ornament inside here for female classes in the game. So if you absolutely need to, you want to design up your characters just a little bit more, there you go. Really nice, pretty outfit. I just love Black Desert that it does these kind of little simple things for character stylings and so forth. And, the money is basically spent there. We've got you got a whole number of items basically underneath that 229 deal for you to basically get from a lot of the different classes. Are they worth it to you? Really determines your wallet and how much you want to style and pizzazz your character overall. So not my thing though, right? Not my thing, not my monkey, not my circus. Don't forget that the Rose Noir pack is available inside the game. So if you have any of your female characters that you really wanted to have the Rose Noir outfit set on, these are available for purchase along with the cronstones, memories, and so forth like that. I wouldn't suggest like, hey, these are something you need to do. But that's the Black Desert update for 2028. I'm hoping to be able to bring you guys Black Desert updates on a more regular basis. It's just hard to just gauge how I want to present this content. And so sometimes I feel bashful about putting out content that, it's not whether it feels meaningful for you as much as it feels meaningful for me to record them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.